All right, YouTube, this is Teddy, SFT Trading. So let's go over today's trading day. It is April 23rd, Wednesday. This was my biggest profit day since I started this 20 account challenge through Apex. There's 20 50K accounts. I'm trying to get them to 2,600 in profit each account. I've gotten this 20 pack up to 1729 per account. So let's go today. As you can see here, another green day, 75% win rate for today, 589 over 20 accounts. So it's almost $12,000 for the day. Very happy with the performance. It was my largest win day yet. So let's dive into the stats first. So I'm starting, because of the last 3 green days, I got 100% win rate, 100%, and today's 75%. I'm starting to bring my win rate up, which is good. So I'm at a 60% win rate, which is a lot better than where it was. Last week was not good at all for my strategy. My profit factor is starting to go up, which is good. I usually like it to be between 2 and 3, but I'll take 1.62. That's fine. Profit factor is your total gains divided by your total losses. And you really would like for that to be, the bigger the better, obviously. But between 2 and 3 is a pretty good number. My daily win rate is 77%, basically 78%. I'm okay with that as well. That's a good daily win rate for me. I like to be above 70%. So let's go into today's trade. So you can see here, 589 is the total for the week. I'm at 1.3 thousand times 20 accounts. So it's a very good week for me. I'm happy so far. I'm hoping to finish the week off strong. Let's see what we can get into for today. Okay, let's talk about the first couple trades here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades on the day. We took almost a full 1-to-1 risk reward here. We took a partial here. We took a break even here, a full loss. Basically, it's a risk in 300. It took basically a full loss on this trade. And then I went for a little bit more than a 1-to-1 on the last trade, which was, I believe, my best trade yet. So very happy with that last trade of the day. And I was able to walk away pretty much midday by right around, I think it was right around 12:30, somewhere around there. I was done trading for the day. So let's look at the first trade of the day here. We're on a 3-minute chart. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So we have a key level. This blue line you can see here is a previous high. I marked that out. That's a key level. I mark out key levels with my strategy. So I was keeping an eye on that coming into the open. You can see here, we came into the open 9:30-ish, and we were basically bullish going into the open. And as soon as we opened, price initially, and it just started to just basically just chop everybody apart. So I stayed out of the market because this is no good for anybody. You're going to get just chopped to pieces here. You're putting your stop loss tight. You're going to get eaten alive here. We had 10 o'clock news, so 10 a.m. news right here. You can see market on a 3-minute candle, basically a doji, but took stop loss here, took a stop losses here. So, it's basically wiping out liquidity on both ends. So I stayed out of the market. I waited for a good move to happen. I seen this fake out move here on a 3-minute. You would appear that maybe, all right, price is going to start to go lower. But again, we were in a bullish market structure going into this. So I was kind of leaning towards more of a bullish setup. So I was kind of being aware of this fake out move. And that's exactly what we got. We got 2 bull bars basically after that fake out move, which for me is a very good signal, because that means that we just fake it out all the shorts. And now we're going to take this thing higher. I figured we're going to probably at least come for this high at minimum. So I was definitely weary of going for a 2-to-1 risk reward. I was looking for a 1-to-1 risk reward on this trade. And basically where I took my entry was after this second bull bar. So we had a bull bar here, bull bar here. At the close of this bull bar, I took it with a stop loss. I believe my stop loss I kept pretty tight, which I don't usually keep my stop loss at the bottom of the body. I like to put it at the bottom of the wick. But then as you can see, my target has to be a lot higher. So I kept this stop loss tight for that reason, because I knew we were going into this key level and I wanted to try to take profit at or around that key level. I didn't want to try to go for past that key level. I knew there would be some sellers right here at this key level. So essentially I took my position here and I took out the position pretty much. It was a little bit, wasn't a full 1-to-1 as you can see. I mean, I was risking about 300. I took 287. So I was pretty close to a 1-to-1. I was very happy with that. I took the position off on this candle here. I could have let it run obviously up to my full 1-to-1, but for whatever reason, the price was probably hesitating here. I moved my take profit and I took a 287 profit over 20 accounts, which, I'm happy with that trade. That was the first trade of the day. So that was the setup on that trade. Let's go to the second trade of the day. Okay, the second trade of the day, as you can see, it was right after I took that first trade. So we had a sell-off right at that key level, as I was kind of expecting. But I was thinking that maybe this was another fake out candle and we were just going to rip to the upside and take out this high. But I was also very weary of the fact that maybe this was going to be a lower high and we were going to trade down, because whenever you're trading around a key level like this and there's liquidity here, you can expect that the price could potentially reverse at this level. So I had that in the back of my mind, even though I was bullish. But I got this hammer up candle here. So this was a bullish hammer. And I wanted to take this long. I was hoping to take it into at least this high. And as you can see here, basically with a stop loss here, I could have taken it to this high, easy 1-to-1. That's kind of what I was looking for. And as we see how price played out, you can see exactly what happened here. Price start to push up in the very next candle. I wasn't feeling it 100%. I started to think, all right, this could be the lower high and we could reverse from here. So I basically trailed my stop loss. And as you can see here, I took $149. I got taken out and price went to completely just reject it, went the other way. And it would have taken me out for a full stop loss if I didn't trail tight. So it's good to be cautious sometimes. As you can see in this scenario, it worked in my favor and price completely just reversed at this level. So that was that second trade. And that's the setup I looked for. And I was happy that I took that small profit. So let's go to the third trade. Okay, so the third trade was the exact same area, the very next candle. So this was the previous trade I took long. I switched my bias once I realized that this was a lower high, which is a reversal signal for me. When we're in a bullish market structure, we get a lower high that's pretty clear as day. And then I get a bullish engulfing or a bullish hammer down candle. That to me is a signal to go the opposite direction, right? So, this is a bearish engulfing or a bearish hammer down candle. When I see that move, I know, okay, the price most likely is going to reverse. So I went short here. And now this is a pretty big candle. I don't love taking big candles like this, but I placed my my entry right at close of this candle, stop loss above it. As you can see here, it would have hit within 4 candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. I would have hit a 1-to-1. And if I held it, it would have hit a 2-to-1. But because price hesitated here, and it was chopping around and it was basically trying to push up here, I went to break even because, again, we were in bullish market structure all morning. And I was thinking, all right, maybe this thing is just going to reverse from here and continue to go up. I hesitated, went to break even, and that's the result. So I basically got a break even trade, and it would have worked in my favor. That would have been 3 trades in a row right in the early, 10:48 a.m. I would have been done for the day. I would have hit my daily profit target, but I went break even. So now I'm stuck, trying to get that third win so I can hit my my daily profit target. Which, like today, I basically switched my strategy to a 1-to-1, not switch, but I adjusted it. So instead of shooting for that 2-to-1, I was like, let me go for 1-to-1s. That's worked really well for me in the past. And let me see if I could squeeze out some profit because of basically how I've been trading the previous days. I'm like, let me shoot for the 1-to-1s. And that's what I did. And I just here went break even. So now I'm stuck trying to go for another trade. So it's still kind of early in the day. I figured, you know what, let me go for another trade. So that was the third trade of the day. Let's look at the fourth trade. Okay, here's the fourth trade of the day. I'm going to show it to you initially on a 3-minute chart. I'm going to explain why I took a full loss here. It was total mistake on my part. I broke my rules, which this is for you guys that are trying, just getting started, like stick to your rules and like almost like a machine. You do not want to, change up your rules midday because that's when you're going to start to take losses. And you really can't calculate your winning percentage correctly because if you're not following the rules, how do you know what the win rate's going to be, right? So, and I did that for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just felt like, okay, price is going to reverse here and we're going to take this up. It came to these key levels here. You can see I have them marked out. We had liquidity level here, liquidity level here. Price traded down into that liquidity level. I thought that this was the manipulation move here. And I thought it was coming down and just took the liquidity here and then it was going to reverse. We had this big bullish candle on a 3-minute. But what happened was I started, instead of sticking to my rules, hey, you need to go reverse now since we've been trading down, right? In a 3-minute structure, we're going bearish here. For my rules, I would need a higher low. So what I was doing was I was trying to anticipate the higher low, essentially by going down to the 1 minute chart, because I do keep my eye sometimes on the 1 minute chart. And that's exactly what I did here. I went down to the 1 minute chart. I seen this. This is that 3 minute bullish candle. I seen price come down. I was waiting for a bullish 1 minute signal. And this is the problem with 1 minute chart. The signals can throw false signals a lot as compared to a 3 minute chart. So the 1 minute chart gave me that bullish engulfing candle. And I was like, all right, there it is. That's my entry right there. Stop loss below. I'm going to go for a 1-to-1 risk reward, and I'm going to be done for the day. And actually, I was shooting for a 2-to-1 because I was like, oh, it's probably going to come this high here. It's not even to that high. It's pretty much right here. So I was actually going to shoot for a 2-to-1 here. And as you can see, price just completely reversed on me and it went in the other direction. So my totally my fault here. There was no 3 minute signal. So for me to make this work on my proper rules, I would have had to see this basically be a bullish 3 minute candle. Okay, so a bullish engulfing here, breaking this high, and then I would have entered on that, basically close of that high right there, and would have taken it for a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1. But I was trying to anticipate and jump the gun, and I got taken out for a full basically stop loss 282. I was risking about $300 on this trade. So you can see where you break your rules and then it takes you out. So now here's the real challenge when you're trading. This is where it becomes real challenging, because I had, I had one. So I was up about $450 for the day over 20 accounts. So almost $9,000 for the day. Now I could have simply walked away at that $9,000, but I was trying to squeeze out a little bit more profit, because my profit target, the max I can go for, is $780 for the day per account. So I was trying to squeeze that little bit of juice out of it, and I took a loss. So now instead of walking away with $450 per account, I took a $300 loss. It was down to like $150 per account. Now I'm not happy. Now my whole mindset changes, because now you're in like almost survival mode. And if you take one more loss, now you're in the red for the day. So your day goes from being $9,000 up and having a good day where you could have walked away to basically potentially going into the red for the day. And that's, totally throws your whole mindset off, right? So that's where it becomes, that's where like, okay, how confident are you with your strategy? Because now you could potentially go into the red if you follow your rules and take another trade for the day. And that's where you got to be confident with your strategy, knowing that you back tested it, you know what your win rate is, and you got to be able to get basically back on the horse and take that next trade. You got to shake that off, that loss. Don't think about it. Go into the market, watch the market carefully, and look for a really good setup. And that's what I did on this last trade of the day. So you can see here, the last trade of the day on the 3 minute chart was actually right after this. So that was the previous trade was right here. So that was at 12 o'clock where I took that full loss here. Price traded down, and it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. It reversed, which a lot of times that happens. You have your idea is right, but the timing's off. And because I didn't follow my rules with the 3 minute chart, I took a loss. So now price gave me this big bullish candle in the 3 minute. So I was being cautious. I was like, all right, again, I need my higher low, right, in order to enter. So I didn't want to enter on this candle, because a lot of times you'll get, again, a fake out with 3 minute, and then it'll just roll over again. It'll print like this, and it'll just slowly roll over and take you out. I've seen that happen. So I was waiting for that higher low, and that's exactly what we got here. The price pumped up. We retraced. We created that higher low, bullish engulfing candle. Once I saw that bullish engulfing candle, it was a go for me. I was like, all right, I'm confident in this. I'm going to take this. And basically stop loss at the body I had. And I was going for a 2-to-1. I had my money line indicator on TradingView. You can't see it on here, but I had my money line indicator, which is a custom EMA, was basically right up into this area right here. So I was confident that the price was going to trade up into that money line. And I took that entry here. I tried to hold it for a 2-to-1. And what happened was I literally nicked the top of this candle right here. I took it out right here. So I didn't get the full 2-to-1, but I got really close to a 2-to-1. That's why I got 433 instead of the 600. And I was happy with that. I mean, that brought me to the 589 per account, which is, again, almost $12,000 for the day. And look what happened the very next candle. So if I didn't take the profit here, if I just sat hands off the computer, like, all right, I'm getting my 2-1 no matter what, and I'm not moving my stop loss, whatever. Well, here's where you get bit. Look, the very next candle, price traded all the way down and literally took me out by almost a tick, and then it went in the other direction. That's some stuff that's the stuff that'll just drive you insane for me anyways. Like when that happens, it's like so frustrating because you're in profit. You could have took it. You were up 1-to-1 and you didn't take it. Now, one of the things I did do was I do keep an eye on the 1 minute chart when I'm in a trade. Once I'm in the trade, I do like to try to maybe trail sometimes on the 1-to-1 or on the 1 minute chart. And as you can see here, I entered right around here. Price traded up pretty strong the next 2 1 minute candles. It was very strong up movement right into the 1-to-1 area. And as soon as it went above that 1-to-1 risk to reward, I moved my stop loss to that 1-to-1. So I was guaranteed to get at least a 1-to-1 on this trade. And I was hoping it wouldn't come back down to retest it and it would just trade all the way to that 2-1. So I went right here to my stop loss, and it basically, again, it starts, I got this candle on the 1 minute. I'm like, all right, that's a hammer down, bearish candle. This could be reversing. So I went and I took my profit literally, like, I think I ticked it right here. Maybe when this retraced here, but I got somewhere around here is where I came out. So you can see here, let's see, my exit was 18,923.5. So my exit was right here. I'll show you, let's see, 9235. Basically right there. I mean, I basically got the top of this candle this 1 minute. And look what happened right after it. I mean, literally the next 2 minutes, the price just traded all the way down here and would have got me out. So I was very happy with that. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better exit on that trade. And I'm done for the day. It was my best day so far in this challenge. I have 2 more days of the week. If I continue to trade this way, I should be able to take my withdrawal, which I am going to make a video. I'm going to make some content about the process, the withdrawal process with Apex and how it goes. And I'll give you guys some insight on that and what that process looks like. And I don't know. Friday morning, I have some stuff going on. Personally, I don't know if I'll be trading Friday morning. I may hop in the charts in the afternoon to try to gain that profit that I need, but I may stay away as well because that's not usually the time I like to trade, but depends on what the chart's showing me in the afternoon. If it looks good, I may take a trade in the afternoon. But for now, we're on the right track. I'm very happy with my progress so far in this challenge, and I feel pretty good about getting the first minimum withdrawal, which will be $10,000 across 20 accounts. So follow along, subscribe, put on notifications, and come along for the ride.